Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on NewsRadio 1040 WHO.
Matt Rosen, welcome back to the Simon Conway Show.
Hey, thanks, Simon. Thanks for having me back on the show.
You're welcome. Matt is the CEO and founder of Alata. Am I pronouncing that correctly? It's a technology consulting firm that is helping automate companies and replacing you with robots, pretty much.
Well, not quite replacing. What I've always said is humans and robots are better together. And, since the dawn of the assembly line and Henry Ford, people were worried that their jobs were going to go away. But you know what? People got to fix the assembly line because robots break. So, there's a ever-increasing demand for robots, both the physical ones that flip burgers and make salads and the ones you can't see in your software that are entering data. There's always as one technology trend takes over, there's a lot more opportunity created for those that are ready for it.
Right, and I don't disagree with that, right? Because there's the famous "Video Killed the Radio Star" song. I'm looking at my producer, who is only 20 years old. Do you know that song, Boots?
Of course I know.
There you go.
Song.
Even he knows that song. And guess what? I'm still here. So video didn't get me, buddy. I'm just saying. But people, when new technology does come along, people do automatically think, well, this means the end of insert whatever. And to a degree, they're correct, right? You're going to be hard-pressed to find a buggy whip manufacturer on your local main street.
Yeah, once the cars replaced horses, no one ever wanted to go back.
Right. No one wanted the horses. They were a lot of care. So, we move on and we find new things to do, right?
Absolutely. And so go ahead.
No, after you.
So for those that are out there listening, they're probably wondering, what jobs may be taken away. So it's interesting. I pulled a report from the World Economic Forum, and it's the jobs that are rote, repeat work that are formulaic that are going to go away. In fact, there's a website you can go to, Will Robots Take My Job? And you can see what is the percentage likelihood like that may happen. And things like data entry clerks, accountants, call center workers, folks that do the same thing over and over, their jobs are at risk.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a huge demand for skilled workers in the area of data analysis and artificial intelligence, big data.
So hang on one second, because one of the first things you just said was call center people, right?
Yes.
I hate those things when they're automated. I just repeat over and over again, human. I just repeat it until ultimately I get to talk to a human.
I did the same thing today.
Uh-huh. So it'll understand you in the end, but that's all I do. I never answer the question it asks. I always say human.
Yep, I press 000 and say agent, and eventually the robot knows I don't want to talk to it, and they pass me along to a person.
There you go.
They're not going away completely.
There you go. So interesting you say call centers.
Well, if you think about it, a lot of times when people are calling in, there's things that they could do online, such as resetting a password or looking up information. But where there is going to be a demand is really where someone in a call center needs to provide a high level of customer service that's above and beyond what a computer could do. But as you can tell, a lot of big companies are trying to push more and more work to the website. They want you to try and do your own thing before they call in. In fact, a lot of our clients are investing heavily in their online experiences so that consumers can do more and more tasks that might not want to talk to someone to actually do. But for those more complicated problems, I think there's always going to be a need for skilled workers to help customers through those.
I think you're probably right. So Boots, did you just look up whether your job's at risk, buddy?
Yes, I did.
And what does it say, radio producer?
It says I am doomed.
Doomed.
98% chance that I will be replaced by AI or robots.
Wow. That's not good, Matt, right?
Well, we'll get you in our software training program right away, Boots.
Thank you.
See, to me, I love having Boots there, right? I bounce stuff off him from time to time. He got vaccinated today. No robot's going to get vaccinated. I can't say, how's your arm, Mr. Robot?
No, and they're not going to be very fun to talk to.
Exactly. So, I don't know, 98% chance that you're done?
Yeah, and it says I'm
Wow.
doomed.
Not in this studio, buddy. You're good.
Good.
You're all good, man. Okay, but of course, from a company point of view, you don't have to pay robots apart from when you initially acquire them, and they don't take time off either.
They don't. They don't get sick. Don't take time off.
Mm.
They can do the same thing over and over without complaint. But you know what they don't do well? Is they can't deal with human emotion. They can't really understand what people are feeling. They can't, create relationships and connections. What they're great at is doing the same thing over and over again without getting tired, without getting worn out. They can go to places that humans can't safely, underwater and at high temperatures. There's a lot of things that robots can do really well, but there's a lot of things humans do a lot better. And I feel like we always work better together. But I think the big challenge for really our country and our world is to train up the humans to be able to work on all these robots that are about to come into our lives. In fact, they're already here. I mean, if you type it into a Google search or talk to your Amazon Alexa, you're already dealing with robots. You may just not recognize it.
I do not have a surveillance device in my home, but I do know that my phone is listening to me.
It is. Siri's always listening.
Oh, I know my phone's listening. I'm fully aware of it, but I have not invited Alexa or any of those into my home. Actual surveillance devices. But it is fun to play with the phone, right? It's fun on, I find it on Instagram the most. Of all the places, the most responsive is Instagram. I could be talking to my wife about my dog's leash. And the next time I log into Instagram, there'll be all these dog leash commercials. Seriously.
It's amazing. The robots are always listening.
They are. Matt, thank you very much. If people want to find out more about you and what it is that you do, where do they go?
They go to www.aleda.com. And I'll tell you what, with all the increasing demand for this technology, I'm looking for software developers and architects, and I can't find all the people I need. So if people are looking for work or, for help with their digital initiatives, look me up and give me a call.
All right, and that's Aleda, which is Allata, Aleda.com. Matt, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Have a great evening.